So welcome back. It's round 3, stage 4 time. It's time to grab your teammates, don that aero helmet as we're heading into the team time trial. This is the Syco-list. Let's get on with it. So believe it or not, we've gone past that midway point in round 3 of the WTRL Zwift Racing League. And this one is stage 4. And this is my recon for the team time trial. The team time trial this week is going to take place on the Wandering Flats in the Makuri Islands. We start off in Yumenzi and then head out towards Neokyo before heading back towards the castle for that final little climb. So the course itself is 25.2 kilometers in length and 146 meters of elevation. This is actually a fairly flat course as we roll around Neokyo, but that final climb up into the castle is going to stretch your team, and you're going to have to work on those team orders and come up with a great team strategy for this one. I do like a team time trial recon video. There are no power-ups available on this one, unfortunately. There's no FTS or FAL points to worry about. This is just you and your team strategy. Have a look at the TTT calculator that's available online. Maybe your DS can have a look at that and come up with your team strategy for you. I still recommend 30-second pulls on the front, around about 105 to 110% of your FTP. Bearing in mind that you've got to get your fastest 4 riders over the line to finish this one and get a result. Bike choices for this one's quite simple. The Cadex Tri and DT Swiss Disc Wheelset is far the quickest bike on this course. Also, my Recon Notes are down in the description below, so please do go and check those out and have a look. They might come in useful just to highlight the points and the lumps and bumps in this one. But like I said, it is fairly flat until that final climb towards the castle. If you are liking my videos, then please do click that like button, click that subscribe button, as they do help my channel. And at the moment, about 90% of my viewers aren't actually subscribed to my channel. So if we could change that figure for next time, that would be amazing. Anyway, that's enough of me talking. Let's dive into my recon.
So this one starts just after the Yumenzi race pens. Nothing to worry about on the start of this one. You've got about 1 kilometre to get yourself sorted, get your line all organised. This is flat, rolling through here as we started off between the fishing village and Onsen village, which we're about to enter now. So you've got about 1 kilometre to get yourselves organised, get that line set up as we roll through here. Then we're going to hit a short descent, which will take us down to about the 6 kilometre mark. Nothing to worry about. We're going to go through the country sprint and roll through. Like I say, there isn't a lot to talk about on this course. It is a TT, and you probably won't notice some of these lumps and bumps as you work through your team orders. But the course is fairly flat until the climb will come in at about 20 kilometres. So just stick with your DS, pull through when you're needed to, work out that strategy and roll through. Make the most of the first part of this course. I really think the teams that work well on these flat sections and are still together as a six person unit at the end will have the benefits on that climb. So here we are, we're going to leave the tarmac, take a right hand turn and head out towards the Yumenzi tunnel, which will take us into Neokyo. We then have a roll around in the Neokyo nighttime economy, and that's about 10 kilometers of flat really in the darkness of Neokyo. Again, still working with your team strategies, making sure you're doing those rotations, making sure you're all communicating, working well together as a unit, and getting ready for that final climb towards the end. I think this could be a really fast TT course. You could probably set some PBs on this one for sure, working in those strategies. But as you can see, we make our way through the night time in Neokyo, and then we'll head back towards that Yumenzi tunnel, which will take us back towards the fishing village and Onsa village and out towards the castle. So here we are about to head out of Neokyo and back through the tunnel. As you can see, we've done over 16 kilometers in this race and only 57 meters of elevation, leaving us just under 100 meters of elevation left, which will come as we climb up towards that castle shortly. Again, you should still be working through your team order. Hopefully you've still got your 6 riders together at this point, and that will give you a really strong benefit as we take on this climb. You might sacrifice 1 or 2 riders on this climb, depends what your DS's strategy is for you. But as we get back onto the tarmac here, this is where you're going to get ready for that first part of the climb. At around 19.3 kilometers, you're going to hit a 3% climb, and that's going to go on for about 0.7 of a kilometer. Before then, we hit a 9-10% kick at 20 kilometers, taking us up to the merchant village at 21.3 kilometers. So here you go, the heads up display has it out there for you. This first little ramp here, sort of 3-4% average. Going to go through this banner where it'll flatten out slightly for you, and then it'll ramp up again. As you can see, the sort of darker red colour on that graph on the display at the top of the screen. So this is really where your team needs to be working together and communicating. If anyone is struggling, then you need to communicate that within your team, however you do that. But just here we hit this 8-9%, and as we hit the corner here, it is going to hit 10%. I've got this down at 20 kilometers, including the lead in. Obviously, the screen that I'm riding at the moment is about 0.2 of a kilometer out because of the lead in from the race pens, which isn't included in this ride that I've done. But as you can see, again, I'm riding all my recon videos for you, so I've got an understanding of how the courses are and my thoughts and processes on them. I don't always race to my own strategy, as you can see in some of my race videos, but not only do I give you the recon videos, I actually race them as well. I've started racing earlier on a Tuesday now in the morning in the UK, so hopefully you should see the live streams before you get to race later on in the day. But as you can see, this is the climb that's going to take us up to the merchant village, and it does drag on a little bit. It should end around about 21.3 kilometers in my recon notes, which are down in the description below. But when we get up to the top of here, it is the climbing done. You then have a chance to get your breath back, get the final rotation sorted, your final team strategy for the final push, the final 4 kilometers to get this team time trial finished and get your team home with the fastest 4 riders needing to cross the line. So here we go. Don't worry about the heads up display because we turn left and we do not take on that climb. And here you go. This is now flat sort of finish, rolling down in towards that finish line. It's going to take you out and back towards the start pens and the finish line in Yumenzi. So here we go, this wooden bridge is your marker for that final push. You've got 0.5 of a kilometre to go. You're on the flats, you can see the finish arch ahead of you.
Well, there you go then, that's my recon for the team time trial on Wandering Flats, which is stage 4 of round 3 of the WTRL Zwift Racing League. I hope you've liked the video. Don't forget my recon notes are down in the description below. If you have liked the video, then please do click that like button, click that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.